Welcome to another edition of the Blue Green Ocean Road with your host, David R.R. Stenberg. And as usual, floating very high above his own ego, the planet Earth, Mike Kennedy.
Man, you awful big rocket to get above my ego, motherfucker.
I don't even know you exist.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I finished The Great Gatsby. And I realized that if Nick had gone in with Miss Baker, the Gatsby would have been all right. Because Tom had showed up and he'd have set him straight on who killed who. Right? Yep.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Goddamn.
Tom was a dick. What a dick. You know what? I got these notes, right? Like usually I'll just write the page down and I'll put some word, right? So I started putting, I had these numbers and it said YouTube video. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking, right? So this is like near the beginning, right? They're drinking and shit. And Tom's just like this dick, right? And he just breaks in. Everybody's talking. He breaks in. He goes, "Civilization's going to pieces." Tom broke out violently. I've gotten to be a terrible pessimistic about things. Have you read? What is it? Have you read The Rise of the Colonial Empires by this man Goddard? You know, now he wants everybody to read this fucking thing. You know, so they could all be like, all their brains can get scooped out and have this new shit poured in. And they could go march down the street or some shit, right? And this is like 105 years ago. I mean, shit sucked then too.
I know it's the death of rank and privilege from the robber baron era.
It's never changed.
It's what he was lamenting.
I'm fine with it.
Well, he would love it now, wouldn't he?
It's funny. It's just what I thought. No, he did. It's a couple of things like that. People who just brainwash people. You know what I mean? Somebody's been on the Twitter feed too long or whatever the fuck. That's all. It's just it's this Tom guy's got it right. He's got it bad. So and he's a prick and he's a jock. He's my favorite people, man. He's a football player. He's a tight end. Ugh. Ugh.
I heard that about him. Yeah.
Yeah, what a fucking asshole. Just going out with his big bulk, just knocking people over and shit, pushing his shit around. You know what? Even got Gatsby killed. He did it on he just told the guy, that guy, go get him.
Yeah.
Trying to fuck my wife.
Because he wouldn't let him watch.
It's fucked up. That was a good book. And it's a quick read, man.
Yeah. That's why it's like, that's the F. Scott Fitzgerald book that they do in high school. Mm-hmm. That's the one book they do in high school.
It's easy to follow.
They get through it, and there's a lot of great themes in there that they can discuss.
Dr. Ecclesburg, my fucking gun. The ash, the slag piles.
Yep.
So, yeah. David Lynch, man.
Yeah.
Very sad.
I'm going to
one of my favorites.
We all have everything. We have them complete. You have them too.
I do?
Yeah. Every Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks I watched in Washington State. Yeah.
I liked Twin Peaks because of the first series, just because it was, the solutions to the whole theme is open-ended, kind of like the old X-Files was before they had to explain everything. And then the second season was more of an explanation of what Twin Peaks was really based about. And it kind of like lost its magic a bit. No, I think to maintain that magic, you have to have, like an open-ended, explanation of the story.
Did you watch the third season?
Yeah, twice.
Square's been watching it with the people. He still has this the Discord from his podcast. So there's all these people every Monday night. They watch an episode of Twin Peaks and then talk about it.
I was in Washington State. I used to go home. We used to stop everything. Like bar, it didn't matter. Gotta get to a TV. Gotta go.
I watched Inland Empire.
Inland Empire.
Night.
I see that a couple of times. I just put that on as background noise, you know.
I kept just going, what the fuck?
No, you absorb it. You don't go. Was the guy that did The Godfather?
Coppola.
Coppola. He just did a movie like that, right? Matter of fact, it's Megatropolis, right? And it's just as fucked up and as weird as Inland Empire, you know. So
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's experiencing herself outside of herself, and it's very disorienting, you know, for anyone. But he did it in such a roundabout way, you know. He kind of got lost in the interpretation, but it's still decent, still worth watching.
I like looking at what's her name, Laura Dern.
Laura Dern.
Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Some people don't think so, but there's something about her. But man, she's
Her
just
father
long and
played
tall.
Tom in The Great Gatsby.
What's that?
Her father played Tom in The Great Gatsby.
No kidding.
True.
Bruce Dern was
Yep.
Tom.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Robert Redford played the Gatsby. Yeah. Sam Waterston played.
Some of that was filmed in Rhode Island as well.
Yeah, mentioned down in Newport. That was a big deal. I seen that one a couple of times. That was good. You know the new one with DiCaprio? I don't remember shit about that one. I know I saw it.
I know you loved
I
it
did
when
too.
it first came out too. You were
I
raving
read the
about
book,
it.
And I saw the movie. I never said anything about the movie. I said I got ready for
Yeah,
the
you
movie.
said it to me. You were raving about it.
The book.
No, the movie
The movie? Yeah. I
with
liked it.
Leo. You were fucking loved it.
I like the Leo.
Yeah.
I have to watch it again then. The first one I really like. I saw that in the theater. Remember that guy Jack Hurley? Him and Nancy's brother, his brother-in-law. They go to the movies like on Saturdays, and they take us along if we wanted to go. I always did. I saw Murder on the Orient Express, a shitload of movies. All movies were great back then. You know, and Great Gatsby was one of them. One weekend there was The Great Gatsby. I had no idea why he got shot in the back. A lot of stuff I didn't get. You know, I didn't get the rich shit. All that. You know what I mean? I got just like him getting shot. I just really didn't get that. And the weird thing is, like, you know what stuck in my head because I was a little kid? The guy, like, after he shoots Gatsby, he puts a gun in his mouth and blows his own head off. They show that. It's not in the book.
Right.
You know, none of that is. They get
That's
the
weird.
aftermath, you know.
I saw that show that George recommended about the Essex.
Oh, yeah, you watched it?
Yeah, it was really good.
I watched The Northman. That's Eggert, too. Richard Eggert, the guy who did Nosferatu and The Witch and I could use me a smoke. What the fuck? The Lighthouse one. I think it's called The Lighthouse. Yeah. That was great. Steve
I like
loves
The
that one.
Mermaid. The Mermaid was great in that.
Steve goes around quoting the Lighthouse. When I was over there, he said, I could use me a smoke. That's what he kept saying. Never fuck with a seagull. Don't fucking do that. You don't kick a seagull. You just don't. You guys.
Yeah, you don't fuck a mermaid either.
Well.
It smells like fish.
Well, you know,
Anyway,
let's see, George.
I don't know.
There's a girl
To
behind
each his
every
own.
tree
Go right
in the
ahead.
ocean.
Yeah, to each his own.
They're not hot girls.
Yeah.
They're girls.
She's all scaly.
It's like a float in high school, I guess.
What kind of scales does a mermaid have? Are they like the really small ones, like a trout, or are they big fucking
No,
honking
they wear-
scales?
You can put blue jeans on them, right? And then you can just dry hump them.
Speaking
Wait, you just
from
put one leg
experience,
and the blue
man.
jeans on them?
Yeah, you can work it out. I mean, you know,
Good.
the female body's up on top, you know. All that stuff's great.
Speaking from
Gotta
experience,
ignore the fact
Dave.
that the bottom half's a
He's
little.
a sailor, man. He's a sailor. That's what they do. They sail around the ocean looking for mermaids.
Yeah. Look at the fucking semen. Something.
That's right. At night we sleep in separate bunks and blow each other kisses and blow each other kiss.
That's
and
the intro.
it's a ship full of men.
There he is. What's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Well, I can't read it. What is it?
We're having our own version of Algonquin round table here.
Fender guitar.
Quit
Mikey, some of your rolls are hiding words.
Man, what's happening, man?
Like your breasts are leaning over.
Quit pinching your nipples and tell us what your shirt says. God damn it.
Do you like me titties? You like me titties?
You need some kind of support, buddy.
Why never?
That's obvious.
They're almost nice.
The sailors say, any port in a storm, eh, sailor boy? Any port in a storm, eh, sailor?
Good.
You don't know, man. You know what it's like.
What are you guys talking about? String theory?
Nothing.
Nonsense.
Having our own Algonquin round table here, talking about the Great Gatsby and other such.
It's pretty great. Like Gatsby.
Blew right through it. Fell in love with Jordan again. I want to date that flat-chested golfer. I want to run around that, slag pile with her. Look for a golf ball. Look, why not?
So you guys like the Essex or the?
I watched it, not yet. I watched the Northman, the Northman, which is Eggert. Just.
What'd you think of that?
One. And Richard Eggert has a nice commentary track too. I love his commentary track because he just talks about how he made it and the difficulty and where to, just all this stuff. They have Viking ships. They have one cargo ship, and they have one warship. And it's one part they're going down the river. They filmed it all in Ireland, Northern Ireland. And so he said like that one of the supply ships goes by. It is just and then they did it again. They said that's the same ship. He's just pointing shit out like that. He says, yeah, we only had one, but it looks like a lot of them, but it's not. It's pretty good stuff like that. I mean, the track shot. Sarsgaard's great. Oh my God, that's a fucking. Do you guys see that, the Northman? Oh, it's all.
No, but I like all those Skarsgård actors are great. They're all interesting. But no, I haven't seen it yet. Sounds good.
George, you had that book that was the Northman. It was about that shit. They found like a piece of shit and then they filled in the rest of it. That was your book, right?
The 13th Warrior.
Was that you?
That was Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton's first book, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They did a really cool thing in that movie. Well, I'm sorry, George. I talked over you.
No. Go ahead. But
they did a really cool thing.
Asked, was it his first movie? I don't know. I mean, was it his first book?
It was his first book.
I don't know that. I read it, and it wasn't. It was one of you guys' I'm pretty sure it was George's recommendation when I read it. And with me, right, the whole book I thought was real because, I talk about my brain drifting, right? Well, the minute I'm in Sweden land, right, my brain's going like DNAs everywhere. I'm not even reading the book really. I'm just like, no, I missed that part, right? So the rest of it, the rest of it, holy fuck, right? And then so anyway, this movie's based on all that what they dug up from the mud. There's very little, and they take from like tribes that were around, so probably their helmets were similar, shit like that. I fucking love listening to him commentary tracks. Oh, they're fucking great. The Vitch was really good. I like that. His
the Vitch
is really great.
Northman's the one that the Northman's the one that didn't get the good reviews. So.
Oh, it was great. Well,
Sometimes, depending on the movie, like sometimes that's, if it gets really bad reviews, then I'm probably going to like it.
It was a big budget. He talks about that. There were execs there, right, saying like he had to hurry some shit. There's some shit he hates, like the lighting. He says like if they weren't sitting around, he says that. He says if they weren't just sitting around, I'd have waited. I waited till the light got different, right? Because like it's just a shot. And when I watched it the first time, I didn't notice that they were in sunnier, like that field looked, but it looked cheerful. When the sun's out, it looks cheerful. You know what, cheerful. Right, so it bugs him. Oh, there's one part where there was a raindrop on the lens. He's pointing at it. It's killing him, He said it was the second day shooting, and nobody caught it, but it was the best one. And like I didn't notice that the first time around, and like at first I couldn't even see where it was, and I went, oh yeah, there it is, Also,
I like watching the commentaries on movies that I like.
It's an Easter egg. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, they're great. I love commentary tracks.
So, yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Did you look at that thing I sent you last night?
What, that email?
Yeah.
No, I just saw it this morning. I actually just saw it a minute ago. I tried.
Right. So, Sequoia's project is coming out that he's been working on with this guy Joe Matheny. He's the guy that did Ong's Hat. He's like one of the
coming out.
Yeah, and it's like the video, the interview part. Well, it's not really an interview, but it's kind of like a podcast part. Is Sequoia talking to Joe Matheny, and it's a commentary on. So you read a chapter and then you listen to the commentary. So it's a commentary on. There's a book and an audio that go together. The book can come as a what do you call it, a file, or it can come as a PDF file, like a Kindle file. It can come as a Kindle or a PDF, and then you get the audio. And every chapter, it's Sequoia and this guy Joe talking for about an hour about the chapter, explaining all this. And it's like a historical internet history, which I think you'd be really interested in. This guy was at the start of all this stuff. And he was.
What was he? What was he?
He was at the beginning of the internet. He was one of the internet pioneers. He did that. Remember that recording Taz with the Hakeem Bey and all that? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was involved in that. He was involved in a lot of stuff back then. It's like it's a certain period of internet history that's going to be history, And he was one of those guys. Anyway, he invented this thing called Ong's Hat, which was kind of a first internet game, I guess, that became something much bigger to people younger than us. And so he's sort of famous for that. And he was talking about in the thing I sent you, at one point he was talking about how in the early days you could get away with just telling someone, you could be doing nothing, but you tell someone, I'm running a program, don't worry about it, or oh, what's going on with this? Oh, well, I remember you used to say a subatomic particle was fucking with it, but
yep.
He sounded like you. He sounded like you, like the way he was talking about how you could get away with shit in the early days.
Oh yeah, we were wizards.
Yeah.
It's weird, Mike. I went from the smartest guy in the room to the dumbest because the next thing I did was security guard. Complete flip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Smartest guy, dumbest guy. I still play the game.
Who's do you like better?
Leave me alone. Just get away from me. Leave me alone. I have stargazing to do. I'm busy. I'm reading.
You're still the smartest guy in the room, Dave. Don't ever
forget
it.
You're the smartest guy in that room right there.
And the dumbest.
Virtual room.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. The smarter I get, the dumber I know I am.
Anyway,
so
you see, you see, there's book smart, and then there's Dave smart.
Dave reads a lot of books.
That don't make you smart. One was a pile of, you can read a pile of shit and still be stupid. Just because it was a book don't mean you know, you've done something. Actually, you might have just hurt yourself. Maybe you read that book Tom wrote about white people like losing ground. This is that same crap you always hear. Like there ain't enough white babies. It's fucking 1920. Well, I know you wrote that in 25. But
that stuff's effective though, Dave.
Yeah, YouTube video.
Whether it's true or not, it really works. You know.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's always they were damaged. World War I, they didn't come out of that right. Those guys through the 20s and shit. Now you can't drink. You can't drink. What?
Yeah, after the horrors of war. Yeah, how do you? Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, we're not gonna let you numb your brain after going through that.
Sucks.
You're gonna have to keep reliving it every day and every night.
Yeah.
Sober.
Oh, they were sober. Oh no, they were more fucking wrecked than any generation, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know, it wasn't illegal to drink it. It was illegal to sell it. Yeah. They changed
Or
it
possess.
next time around.
It was illegal to possess too.
It was that age where I was legal to drink, and then they took it away from me. You know, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened to me too. Like I could drink for so many months, then I couldn't drink for 3 months, then I could drink again, or it kept going every year. They did it to me every year until it got up to 21.
Well, California was 21 already when I got there.
Yeah, that was a drag.
Ah, you know what? When I turned 19, I turned 21. When I got my new ID card, like I had the bald head, now I had hair, right? And I actually got ordered to. So get another fucking ID card. I don't look anything like this thing anymore. My boot camp picture. So I go down here, right? And it's 79. And I'm writing 79 on everything. I'm starting like everything. I'm just writing 79 all day on all kinds of shit, right? And so when I fill out my app, I put 79 as my birthday, right? And when I go down there to get it, right? Instead of it says 59 instead of 61. 1959 I was born, right? That makes me 20, not 18. So the guy says, "Is it right?" And I go, "Yeah, it's right." Right? And he laminates it and gives it to me. So when I turned 19, I turned 21 in California.
Nice.
I kept that ID card right up until I didn't need it no more. That was a prized possession, right? Thank you, God. It's almost like you wanted me to be an alkie. That's a true story. Don't fucking real. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. Oh, you know what? That ID card, I lost it in Australia, right? And now I'm like stuck on this ship, and I really need an ID card, right, to get off the ship or anything or do anything ever again, right? An Australian found it and mailed it to me. I got it, and it was waiting for me. It was in my mail when I finally got back to the ship. My ID card's there. And then I'm still got to get a boarding pass to get the fuck off the ship. I need another thing, right? And this Filipino chief that I've been working with like forever, Tan, he comes up to me. He said, "You want to go UA?" Like, I go, "Yeah," and he gives me my boarding pass. They put him in charge of the boarding passes. Well, I was in supply, and the Filipinos ran it, you know. And I was just sitting there longing to get off the ship and go into the Philippines. I just wanted to go, right? Yeah. You want to go UA? That's what he did. He asked me first, and I went, "Yeah." I went, "Yes."
Yeah, because you were confined to the ship, right?
Yeah. Of course I want to get off. That's why I was stuck there. Anyway, that ID card, son of a bitch. Like this fairy godmother or something. That's a weird one. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that since that happened, really.
I've heard you tell this tale before. It's a good tale.
Card? Yeah.
And getting off the ship with the Filipino Master Chief giving you the boarding pass.
I had a picture of him.
That's a good story.
I still got one of his.
You should write him. You should keep in contact with that guy.
Well, I used to call a lot of them drunk for years. Yeah. That's actually
maybe so. They put a block on your call, huh?
Where he calls his army buddies in the middle of the night. he calls, oh, here. He says, I called at like at 3 in the morning. He wanted to go down there and talk. He says, he was up. And he wasn't surprised. It was great. That was a great thing. It happens like that. You got like brothers like that. It's like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, of course.
Hey.
What are you, drunk? You fucking idiot. Oh, there's one guy, right? No shit. I still had the number from my parents for quite a while. And it rings one day. I pick it up, and this guy goes, "Holy shit, this still works!" Right? And I knew who it was. He was looking through his papers, his little pieces of paper. And he said, "Dave's number." Right? It's no fucking sick, right? That was like 20 years after I got out of the military and shit. That's what he said. And I knew who it was. And that's how he said hello. Holy shit, this still works. Yeah, Dwayne Hammonds. He was from Doe Run, Missouri. That guy could fish and shit. I don't think he ever saw shoes until he could join the Navy. Dwayne.
It's a good way to be.
Hammonds.
I could respect that.
Doe Run, Missouri.
We boxed, right? He's my weight, but he's like way taller. He had reach, right? So he kept tagging me, right? I got mad. I put him in a headlock. I slammed him in his face, right? And I lost. Damn it. He won.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, you know them those long tubes they put like, top secret documents in, I guess, or whatever, right? You know those? Me and him were doing sword fights one day. We were like back and forth. We both got each other in the air at the same time, at the same moment. I thought I had lost my hair. We both went. We never did it again. We were off that forever.
Yeah, sometimes you got to learn the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Mike. That was a good link you sent about Billy Carl doing the karaoke "Country Boy Can Survive."
Oh, yeah, was that cool?
Oh, that was wonderful. I forgot he could sing. I remember he used to sing all the time as a young lad. He used to sing all the hits. He used to practice singing all the hits back in the day when he was young. He had a voice.
He did.
I don't know.
He was always playing that song. Like, he always had that album on it at his little garage down the road here,
Yeah.
The Country Boy Can't Survive was always playing on his stereo.
Yep.
That was great. That was
great loss. Hey, I've got another Netflix recommendation for you guys if you're interested. It's American Primeval. It's like a 6-part miniseries. Oh, yeah. What a tale. But it's like an untold tale that people don't normally listen about. Know about the Mormons.
I'm not all the way through it yet.
Well, the Mormons were people were bastards to the Mormons, so they felt like they had a right to be bastards to other people and stuff.
Yeah, they were.
It's an interesting story.
Is it a series or a movie?
It's a 6-part series. Yeah.
Does it have an ending?
No,
yes, it does.
Okay, good.
Not the,
What, Mormons?
I like stories that have an ending rather than like we're waiting to see if we're going to get another season or not.
Yeah. I suppose they could, but they would have to go on with another exploit, I guess, But it was very interesting, nicely filmed.
So I learned something about that massacre when we went to where you start the river trip on the Colorado through the Grand Canyon. You start at this place called Lee's Ferry. This guy Lee wasn't involved with the massacre, but he knew about it and said, "You guys are fucked," and he left. And he went to Arizona and he had a little ferry across the river that he would run. That's what he did for a living. And then someone found him and said, "You're one of those Mormons from up. You did that massacre." This was a guy who was against it. He was so against it, he left them and quit the Mormons, right? But they didn't want to hear it, and they killed him anyway. They killed him for it.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood, a lot of anger, a lot of blood.
It was that Krakauer book.
I'll have to watch that.
That Krakauer book was good. That was a good book.
That was like pretty much all you needed to know about those people, man.
Yeah, I felt like he did a pretty fair-handed. What's that, Mike? He did a fair-handed explanation of them.
Freshwater fish of the Northeast.
All full of
Nice
mercury.
beauty.
It's great. Let's get everything in here, man. Really good. Really good.
Nice.
Fucking, this is my kind of book.
Last weekend, I went with some guys to the Cabela's in Hartford, and they got this big mountain with all these stuffed animals all over it, right? And in the bottom of it, you walk through, and there's this aquarium in there, and on one side is freshwater fish, and on the other side is saltwater fish. That's a big trout in there.
Wow.
That's cool. Yeah. Sweet chub sucker.
Whoa.
That's the kind of scales mermaids have.
That's a freshwater mermaid. Freshwater sucker, whatever you say. Ooh, pike.
Lake sturgeon.
Those things get really big. I saw one of those fishing shows once a long time ago, and they were catching those. They'd catch them. They have to jump in the river and wrestle them to get them out.
Really?
Is that a birch forest?
Yeah,
What is that?
It's a path to birch.
Beautiful.
And
Oh yeah, there you go.
These are stir sticks from work, and it's glue. It's recycled calendar. So you put the sticks all around it, and then you trim it. And then
I've seen places
there's a paper
like
clip,
that.
and I put those little round magnets on the wall with just some blue tape. And you just stick it up there. When you get sick of it, you just do another one. This is my favorite right now. I go there, I stay there, and then I'm there. Ooh, it's like there's a couple of Stephen King novels about that.
Oh, or like the
oh no,
like the reverse focus, the reverse zoom, camera effect down a path.
Night Gallery, that was one of those fish. They look wet.
There it is. There you go.
Blueback trout.
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
Yeah, ate one of those.
I think they're really tasty. Why is my thing not?
We have beautiful lake trout.
Nice.
Of course, the ever loving, ever popular rainbow.
Yeah. Used to be able to get them to come to me by throwing little rocks in the water. Brook trout.
Really?
Yeah, because they were hatchery fish. They thought it was feeding time at the hatchery, but it was not. It was feeding time at Dave's campsite.
Feeding time if you like rocks.
Yeah, I had like that yellow bait. I don't think that works anywhere in nature, really. A ball of yellow. Maybe, I don't know. I think it has more to do with where they grew up.
Yep. Smelled like fish food.
I don't care why you got it. It's not cheating. Just free food.
Yep.
Free.
Old library. You guys go to your libraries? Who's your libraries?
I got
You guys use your libraries?
What's that?
Use your libraries? You go to your library?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna start, because I just fired up my, I got this, I don't know, alright, it was a 2012 HP laptop. It's a big heavy thing, right, but it has a CD drive, a DVD drive on it. And last night I had the Northman, the DVD, and I needed to get the commentary track, with it. So I had to like try to remember. I had to get it to work. It's this big honking heavy thing, right? And never use it for anything, but it worked. It worked hard. I forgot how heavy and just how the fans used to go and shit. It really sounded like I was doing something in here. You know, like burning a DVD.
Oh, the revving of the cooling fans. Yeah.
And the drive going and slowing down and then speeding up again. There's all kinds of shit going on in there, man.
Computing, man. It's computing.
Yeah. Rattling away.
I've got one laptop that plays DVDs, and that's it. You know, just an old junker.
I just burn it. Yeah. So you go there and get movies, huh, Mike? Library.
Yeah, once in a while. Yep.
You know what
Pretty
I
good
love is
selection.
when I get if you get used hardcover books on eBay, sometimes they're just library books. They even still have the pouch in the back. That's the shit. That's a score. Because even the cover's nice. I mean, it's a library book, and like it's like what this is still good. You could put this is fine. Yeah, I love that. The Bedford incident. I got that one that way. Remember that movie? Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, came from a library sale at one point. The library sold it off and ended up in somebody's hands, and they got rid of it.
Laura got Big Red at a library sale.
Big Red.
Alcoholics Anonymous, the original first.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I cataloged it for her, and I said, "This ain't worth nothing. This is just a stupid AA book." Yeah, it was like it was worth billions.
She bought it for $0.25.
For $0.25, yeah, that's great. That's a great story. I love that story.
I tell people that story all the time.
It's not as good as my ID, but it's good. It's a good one. Look at that thing flying into your life. Big old $1 million book. Just in time.
I changed the names to protect the innocent, though.
No innocent.
If you can find, there's still some around. Here's the book you need to find. It's and it brings us back to the Mormons. It's
yes, the original Mormon stuff.
That one's not worth as much as the one written by Joseph Smith's wife. Because there was a guy in town here, Charles, who had an original Book of Mormon, first copy, first edition, first printing, and he had Laura appraise it. It was worth like $35,000, right? The guy's like, "No, it's worth millions," and she's like, "No, it's worth 30. That's what they're going for." But the one you can get any money for is the one written by Joseph Smith's wife, when she explains how the whole thing was a scam.
Smart.
In New England, and the Mormons will pay any money to get that book off your hands, and you can still find them around.
Because if you can control the primary sources of your history, then you can control your history. You can say anything you want about the church, and there'll be no documentation about it to the contrary.
I found the gold plate.
Dum 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 dum.
I got it right.
So Jed and I used to argue about this all the time. He said it was the magic hat, and I said it was the magic stones. What do you think? Was it the magic hat or the magic stones?
It was a plain hat with magic stones, wasn't it? It was a plain, like
that's what I thought. Jed
hat.
always insisted it was the magic hat that did it. The stones were just there as a prop. Anyway, I got. Speaking of Jed, I got to go to Jed's memorial today.
Oh, that's so. What happened to what's going on with that? I thought.
Oh, just got to go to it.
They have,
there's one for the public at Winfield, and then there's one for his close friends and family at Foster Country Club.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't want to go. I have all this stuff I'm supposed to do for it. I've been putting it all off. I'm usually not like an avoider, but I kind of.
What were you supposed to do?
I got to get a PA together and get some music going and stuff.
You better get to it.
Yeah.
Did he want certain music?
Oh, he didn't have anything like that. but I'm going to play. His friend Carl Dennis is going to play. Carl's an instrument maker.
So you mean live music?
Yeah.
Carl Dennis from the Neon Valley Boys?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
You should get together with him.
Well, I'm going to get together with him today. We're going to be playing together. I don't know what we're playing, but we're going to be playing something.
Do a duet with him.
I'll be doing duets with him all evening. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Yeah. It would be, except under the circumstances, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
I get choked up, you know, and my fingers get choked up.
Yeah.
You know how your voice gets choked up? You get sad? My fingers do that.
Yeah.
Well, now we're all sad.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Don't be sorry, man.
But we're talking about Jed and the Mormon thing. Anyway, I got a good friend who was he was a bishop. He was a fucking leader of the Mormon church down in Scituate. Used to work with Jed. Matt. Wicked nice guy. Wicked nice guy.
Priest who's going through chemo right now. Actually, he's out. He has emphysema.
An alien priest?
Not even make it.
Did you say he's an alien priest?
What's that? It's Episcopalian.
Oh.
Yeah. He works with me. Nice guy. Yeah, he's God forever. You know, smoking cigarettes and coffee for a living. And fuck. So he like left yesterday. I saw him. I relieved 2 days ago. I relieved him, and now like he's going to be out. He went to the hospital and he hasn't come out yet. He's not coming out for a while. That's never good.
Yeah.
Oh, David Lynch too, huh?
Yeah. Missed that part. We were talking about David Lynch movies and stuff.
Gotta watch a David Lynch movie now.
Yep. Which one?
Wild at Heart.
Wild at Heart?
Sailor Lulu.
That's a great one. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
Well, I like the Straight Story.
How about Blue Velvet? Blue Velvet was really funny.
The Straight Story's got great fucking music, man. I fucking love that. That guy actually was dying of cancer. Speaking of cancer, the guy in the lawnmower, the actor. That was the last thing he did.
Man, that one I saw last night was just unbelievable. It's just so weird.
What was that?
The Inland Empire.
Oh, Inland Empire. Yeah, that's out there, right? Just when
It
you
was
think
just
you're going
so
to be
weird.
following it, you go, we're not following it. We're not going anywhere. Fucking love
It was
that
just a
movie.
mood piece, I think, and it was just a weird anxiety mood through the whole thing, you know?
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now, right? And then they disappear.
What's with the rabbits?
Oh, that was Naomi Watts wanted to know too. She's one of them. David Lynch.
She's
had
one of the
her-
rabbits?
Yeah.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, I do too. Mulholland Drive. That's one we could see too, man. Mulholland Drive is really good. I love that twist. That whoa, sweet. At like Raven even. I like that. That one sound that they always seem to have is that train. Ooh, that horn. He just throws that in there here and there, right? It's fucking great. I love that. Oh, Twin Peaks, that last season, 2017. I love that one. That was fucking great. Oh,
yeah. Naomi Watts was in that one. She looked great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Who was Diane, you know? She was just somebody he talked to. Diane didn't exist as an actor, right? So Diane's got to show up. And it was like, of course it's Laura Dern. Of course. You know, but it was a surprise to me. I hadn't even really thought of it, you know? Like,
right.
I never even gave it a serious thought. Like, Diane's showing up. He's gonna meet Diane. And she turns around and went, whoa, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Laura Dern. I really like her.
I do. Yeah, she's,
So
she was in that movie.
Canyon still what?
Go ahead, Mike.
I was just saying, asking if Laurel Canyon was still in existence, or did it get
I don't
burned?
know. I don't know. Did it burn down?
It's right in the middle of all that stuff, but you don't really hear about it.
Well, this, like, LA is really big, and there are different parts of it that are really spread out from each other. Like, LA is bigger than Rhode Island, so there could be a fire burning, like, over there, but it's like 100 miles away,
Yeah. Laurel Canyon's kind of in the center of all that, but I don't know if they've been hit or not.
Yep. Where Colleen and Glenn used to live, they were on the other side of the mountains from Malibu. You go over the mountains, Malibu.
Yep.
Malibu burned.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mountain there. Mount Baldy.
Mount Baldy. Mount Charcoal.
Can't see it through the
Mount
smog.
Charcoal. That's pretty wild, though, man. Big parts of LA burning.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to, make political points, or blaming this one, blaming that one. You built a fucking megalopolis in the middle of a desert that gets high winds, man. What do you expect? It's going to happen someday.
Oh yeah, they knew it.
What do you expect? You're on planet Earth. Like, every square inch of it's been fucked up at one point or another. Yeah, it's just like they're like separate hits. They're hits, but they're hits. Like, they're crowds of humans just going through some shit, right? Their power's out, the gas is off, the water ain't running, and they're shooting. Fuck
No, like the real,
or there's
the
that
real
fire.
city.
Did you see that? It was like ash. Like that's after you have a serious campfire, when it turns down to that white ash, where even like there's nothing left. Fucking winds, they're like 100 miles an hour. Fuck. There was this.
I was hearing that eucalyptus, it's oil. It's like it burns like oil. It just melts.
Dry as hell. It's all dusty.
Yeah.
You could tell it burned.
A lot of eucalyptus trees over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
It
really sucks. I mean, people, and then all these people lost their insurance right before the fire. They lost their fire insurance, and now they got nothing.
They knew something was going to happen.
Well, yeah. Well, that
was bound to happen. It happens every year, and it's getting worse. They know it.
Insurance companies, they don't insure shit unless, I mean, they'll insure you, but they'll charge you. Like, all right, give us this much, and we'll take the risk then. Because it is a risk for them too.
Yeah.
But you just figure out what the risk is, and then you charge. And if you can't pay for it, I'm fucking not doing it. What the fuck?
This would be impossible to pay for, though. I mean,
it's exactly right.
It would be impossible for anybody to pay for it. Nobody's going to replace all those homes. I mean, that's got to be trillions of dollars.
They're rebuilt, but they got to do it like make them out of rocks. Got to make rock houses.
Yeah, didn't the Italians tell you about that?
Yeah, they make fun of us. It's funny. They were too stupid to fucking figure.
They live in a hot, dry place too.
Yeah. They make buildings that can stand a fucking earthquake and fire, or at least you got a chance in it. I was in one in Tahoe, and the building, the bottom where I was, went back and forth like 4 times. The center did nothing, and the top swayed like that. So like it did that, it just gave, right? And all the way at the sub level, all the way at the bottom of the building, right, with parking garage, right. The thing was sitting on these like grommets almost, like I guess it's right? But just huge. Yeah. And the fucking the building was bolted to that, which was part of the bedrock, I guess, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That hotel was that's where Sonny Bono died. That's Heavenly Valley. That's where he bought it. I don't know. He said, "Oh Jesus," he went down the wrong slope.
Oh yeah, that's right. He bought it skiing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know where it was. I mean, I could walk there. That's where I lived when I was in Tahoe. That's where I worked too. I worked there, the Tahoe Seasons Resort. First thing in the morning, Mike, I'd go up on the roof, of course, and just look out at the lake. You know, hey, I was a god. I had my spot. One thing about that place, though, you build up some wicked charge. I don't know what the deal was, right? But when you touch like the doorknob, like a lightning bolt come out of your finger, it hurt, right? So I mean, the way to do it is you use a key, just touch it holding a key, and
really,
yeah, and the lightning bolt is actually fun, like a ball and shit. But the first one, like Christ, I was like, ah, motherfucker! I thought the tip of my finger had split in two. No shit, I thought it was going to be like blood and shit. That's what it felt like. And then,
wow.
But it still hurt. And then next time I did,
it's a dry atmosphere to do that.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
It works better in a dry atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah, the shit the birds well. I guess the static is another joy. There's fire and static cling season.
So if you get a chance, ask Dennis if there's going to be another reunion.
Yep. Okay.
Fucking 86 feet of snow.
He's still pretty spry, man. Last time I seen him, I saw him last year around at the solstice, at a solstice party. He's still building instruments.
Is he?
Gets good money for him too.
Uh-huh.
Gets real money for him. Like he builds these gamboas that they're called. It's kind of a mid-sized violin. He gets like 25 for them.
Yeah.
25,000.
I mean, he wasn't young back in the day, you know.
He's about 10 years older than me.
Okay. He looked older.
He had a beard. I think he had a beard since he was 15 or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's commitment. I had one once.
You remember that band I was in, the steel drum band?
Yeah.
They're still going.
Are they?
There's like two of them that are 75 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still going.
They were like,
that was a good band.
They were like 15 years older than me, and they're still going.
Yeah, there's hope.
Yeah.
That was a really good band. That was fun.
That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
still going.
Years older than me.
I'm 60.
That's ridiculous.
Tell me about it.
I know, right? By then I'll think Nixon's the fucking president.
What? What'd you say?
Are you hearing voices?
You say, Shani?
It was convincing. I was worried about you for a second. I really was.
Wow.
Were you? Get these ants off of me.
It's good to know somebody still worries. You know, you say like 90% of the shit you worry about never happens.
True. You talk to yourself more
See,
than your head than life does.
Worrying works.
Oh. Well, go wild. Write a book.
That's awesome.
Worrying works.
Well,
plus it'll kill
what's
you.
the name of your episode, Dave?
I like that.
Worrying works.
What is it? How's it go? Don't live your life all at once.
How else can you live it?
No, all at once in your head. I mean, in the future, in the past. Don't live your life all at once.
Huh.
Yeah.
I know it. I get it.
Pretty good.
I like the one where they say, have you lived here all your life? He goes, well, not yet.
So far.
We'll see.
Well, apparently, according to physics, you actually do live your life all at once. Past, present, and future are all kind of the same. They're all present. You just think that you just have the illusion that the past happened behind and the future happens in front of you.
That's cool. Because I had one of my hallucinations was a big giant glass of fucking strawberries. And yeah, that was like, it's just like I do that. I said, this is hallucination. This is the shit. If this is a simulation or whatever the fuck else it is. You know what I mean? Go ahead, whatever, these fucking blueberries are the shit, though. I don't even care why it's going on.
I had a similar thing with strawberries. I used to have a big strawberry bed out here.
Yep. Same thing.
None of this shit's important. Strawberries are ripe.
It's interesting, but it's not important.
Yeah. No, strawberries being ripe is very important.
Very, very true.
Very important.
I'm gonna go in there.
There you go.
I've seen that place. It's on Route 2 in New Hampshire.
Really? Must be famous. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's cool. Somebody did this on purpose. I always love birds. I love these trees. I love this. We got a patch down there at the site. In the fall, it's the way the leaves look on the ground and the grass and shit. I could live there.
Last year's calendar. I can make pictures out of that.
Yeah, I got a pile of them. Look at them. I've made others.
These fuckers.
Your background makes it so you can't see it. There it is. Right, hold it right there. All right. Yep.
Anyway, lots of really cool pictures of dinosaurs.
Check it out.
I hate to throw them away because they're really cool looking.
It hangs. I put the.
Weren't dinosaurs in the past?
No, they're in the present.
There's a layout.
Where? I think that theory just got blown out of the water.
I don't know.
This is the theory of the week.
I didn't come up with it.
Theory of the week.
Mike, you've heard of Kindlelight tubes?
Heard of what?
I think it's Kindlelight tubes. They shoot diamonds from somewhere deep in the magma out to the surface. South Africa has one. That's where the diamonds came from. It's like it gets so fast that it spits diamonds out. They think there's one like in Ohio somewhere too. Yeah, Kindle. I'll send you the link. It's got a wiki page. It's one of those.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well, you could be sitting on one, right?
Where do I find one?
You're worried about fires and shit.
You could get a diamond up your ass.
Yeah. You're rich, you're dead.
Yeah, I figured out why medicine's so expensive. You ever hear of Lonza, the big chemical company? They're all over the world. We got one in Portsmouth. It's huge, right?
Okay.
I gave this young guy a ride to Lonza. He was working there. And I asked him about his job. And he's like, basically, he goes, I said, you need a degree to do this stuff? He goes, no. He goes, I don't have a degree. He goes, you just follow their instructions and you mix the chemicals in these bags, and they create these, these medicines, right? He goes, the other day, he goes, I would have been fired at this, any other job I've had. He goes, but I made a $15,000 mistake. He goes, and my supervisor just laughed. I'm like, okay, that's why medicine's so expensive.
Well,
man, I want to go work there.
I've seen
$15,000 mistake.
I've seen that. I've seen waste like that where I've worked at places where the waste was just heartbreaking.
I made a $1,500 mistake once.
The what?
A $1,500 mistake.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost
a math error in designing a stair. I had to rip everything out and put in new stuff. And
did you have to eat it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they just laugh. They just laugh at those mistakes. Apparently, in the chemical business. So. But who else is going to make that shit? You know.
I guess.
Okay.
And was this guy getting paid a lot or what? Probably not.
Yeah, he's he's making like $30 an hour.
Is he? Wow.
No degree,
Shit,
no degree. Just off the street. You know. Never did it before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him, I guess.
They have plants all around the world. He goes, if I'm there long enough, I can get transferred to like Switzerland or somewhere.
See you guys, man.